Hi, everybody. Just getting logged in, waiting for everybody to jump on. Had a busy day today, real busy. Waiting for this video to show up that I'm online. So just waiting for some people to get on. We're starting early tonight because of Super Bowl Sunday. Bunch of requests. We're just waiting for guys to get on. I'll give an explanation of what happened today. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Colin. Good afternoon. Guys, today did not work out kind of as I hoped it planned. Trying to readjust the phone here. Supposed to do a video on a baler, and I left my shop keys up to New Holland Binghamton in the one of the vehicles up there. So it'll have to be Monday, guys. I'll try to do it Monday night. Still, it's going to be a coin flip for which model I do. Doesn't matter because whichever one I do tomorrow, I'm just going to do the other one Sunday. So tonight's just pretty much asking questions, guys. I had a busy day today. I actually worked on a baler after church. We finished up a John Deere 14T. I will be uploading that video right after this. It'll be going straight to YouTube. I might post it on Hey Baler Nation, but guys, I'm trying to get more on YouTube here with things and get a broader audience. Still going to give you more of the in-depth technical information is going to be uploaded probably to Hey Baler Nation and Hey Baler Video and Discussion and Repair. That's also a Facebook group. Again, guys, sorry, I wanted to do a long video tonight. I didn't realize it's Super Bowl Sunday. We found out in church today when I went to church, and when I got out. On top of that, I was going to try to schedule earlier and get going. Couldn't find my keys. Then I got a baler call to finish up a 14T John Deere. We got that done and out of the way. The gentleman's name is David Stern. So he had a tucker finger that wouldn't stay rusted. And what it was the bushing inside the tucker finger was rusted fast. So when you tighten it down, the tucker finger wouldn't move. It was binding really hard. So went up, tore that apart, cleaned it up, readjusted it. And there's going to be a short video after we're done here with the chat. Gonna upload it, guys. Enjoy it a lot. It's a 14T late serial number with a number 1A kicker on it. So we're just baling in his driveway with it. Just kind of a, I guess, thing for just to show you guys some of the balers I work on. I did replace the nodder the day before on it. He broke a nodder half. Put another used nodder half on it. Adjusted it, dialed it in. We changed the bill hook in it. The rollers on the wiper arms were stuck. So just basic adjustments. Any questions out there, guys? As I said, it's nice seeing you too, Colin. I think you've been here about every night, I think. But waiting for a few more people to get on. Not expecting a lot of people tonight because it is Super Bowl Sunday. So I know some people on Facebook were like, Super Bowl what? Super what? Yeah, well, it's a pretty important night. So a lot of people, there'll be lots of pizza sold tonight. I'll probably be watching it for the commercials. I like to laugh a lot, and they're pretty funny usually. So just laugh, get a good laugh, I guess, tonight. So. Anybody got any questions? Those of you that are logged on right now. Be nice if when I get this figured out, guys, we can do a little more. You guys can call in. Like I said, I can pick you guys up. And you guys call in and ask questions directly live. Hang up with one, let somebody else call in, and like I said, that you guys ask questions as well. Everybody's always got a list of questions for me, guys. I'm gonna keep doing this. So, wasn't planning on doing more during this week, but with the little debacle today, I don't know why I left the keys in that other vehicle up there, but it is what it is. Wasn't planning on. I'm usually always got them on me, but of course, when I plan on it, then I guess not. So. My 24, sometimes the knots pull out. That sounds like a bill hook issue. So, probably the jaws of the bill hook are wore, or you're using a plastic bill hook on sisal twine, or vice versa. I recommend, guys, I just put in all-purpose bill hooks. They do plastic and twine both. So, they're kind of like a mixed in between. So, yeah, that's strange. Usually it's the jaw, the bill hook, isn't pulling those loops through. Because if it clamps it tight, it should pull it through as it's being wiped off by the wiper arm. And if it goes out the back of the bale, I mean, probably it's coming apart because your tails are really short, and that's a number one indicator that jaw, that top lip of that bill hook. And remember, guys, that gap, it's no more of a gap than a dime. Maybe if you get wear, if it gets anything over the width of a nickel, time to change it. Or if you, like I said, if you put 2 pieces of string in the jaw, let it snap shut on it, like let the spring pressure hold it, and then pull on. If you can pull the string through that, that's not good. It should be some tension on that to hold that when that wiper arm's wiping to pull those 2 loops through the knot. So it's probably new bill hooks, or you're using the wrong bill hook for the twine you're using. Any other questions? I'm trying to remember, where about you located, Colin? You have to forgive me. I get so many phone calls in a day. So, but guys, this has been helping with the phone call situation. Like, it's dropped down quite a bit. So I'm actually enjoying this a lot. So I keep looking at my tablet here. Thank God my wife lets me use this iPad. Lets me read all your comments. Sorry, I readjusted the phone there. I just realized the iPad's dying, so. How far from Sioux City, Iowa, or hold on, no, Oxford, Iowa, are you? Probably Cedar Rapids area. Or off I-80 in general. Hoping to get my office set back up when we get done with inventory, so I can do these videos in there, guys. I have to get a GoPro or something, they said. Talked about. And I also realized, guys, if you guys can't comment on the video, you have to create a YouTube account. So you must know Bill Stockman then. Bill Stockman had a large collection of balers in that area, antique balers. So I'll be going that way, Colin. If you want me to stop in and work on your baler, I mean, it's just going to be covering some of my fuel charge, and I get $75 an hour when I'm there, and as long as you got the parts there, then you pay for your own parts. 24T, like some of the problems you're having, I don't think you're looking more than a couple hours, maybe 3 at the most. Unless I find something that that was obviously really bad and you missed it, but sounds like it just needs to be dialed in. By the way, guys, there's an update for the 24T, and it is for the plunger because the side pads fall out. You know, the heads of the bolts break off, and the plungers crack on the 24s on the one side. There's a little bit of a heavy-duty update for them. Excuse me. And it's involves me taking a plunger out of another baler, modifying it, and putting it into 24. It's actually heavier, and the baler actually runs a little easier because the plunger does weigh more. So, but if you are guys are on here watching and you're trying to comment and you can't, you got to go and create an account with YouTube. And once you do that, then you can comment during the videos and I can read your questions. So just remember that. I mean, they'll let you watch me, but if you want to comment and interact, you got to create an account. Like, share, and subscribe. So if you subscribe, you get an alert when when I go online live. I try to wait, like right now, like we're 10 minutes, 11 minutes into it. And I continue to wait for people to log in. I don't care if I have to start over again. I'll start over. It's fine. Brian, yes, it is. I see a comment. Welcome to the group, Brian. Whereabouts are you from? I think you're Murfreesboro, Tennessee, if I remember correctly. Had a nice chat with Brian. Actually, if Brian's from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, you have to forgive me, guys. I don't remember names that well because I have so many people in my minds. But I will remember your baler. If it was one of those balers, you got it. Awesome. He bought a 348, guys. Got a real good deal on it, and I was going through with him, and he called me as I was going home from church. Yes, guys. Very few people actually have my private cell phone number. Brian's one of those guys. He's a great guy. Like him a lot. I mean, he went above and beyond for me when I was in his area. So he helped me get rid of a little rodent problem I had in my RV. So one hand washes the other, guys. But like I said, there's a handful of people out there that do know me personally and got my personal cell phone to contact me. I'm always here to listen, always here to reach out for him. And he got a real good deal on a 348 John Deere. Hopefully I get to take a stab at it, or hopefully it works good for him that I don't have to. But I enjoyed his area a lot. Enjoyed the tour he gave me as well. So just not gonna eat any weird food in that area again. Some of them Tennessee people, they got some weird stuff they eat. My northern tummy ain't used to it. So got any questions, guys? But like I said, I was planning on doing a video either on a 24T or an International 446. I was going to flip a coin, actually, before I went to my yard because it's locked. And I was going to pick a baler and just go over it and have you guys ask me questions, whatever you wanted. But looks like it's going to be tomorrow night when I do that. So you can still put a vote in tonight. 24T or IH46. Or if you have another baler, that's fine. You just got to outvote the people that voted last night. There was a tie between the two, so. If you wonder what I'm doing, Brian and whoever else logged in, this is so I can read your comments right down here. This is my wife's iPad. So I use that to be able to see the comments because they show up here on my phone, but they disappear in like 4 seconds. So I can't really, if it's a long message, I can't read it quick enough. And like before, guys, if you guys need parts, 607-846-5959. And if I'm already on the road, obviously, and if we have somebody at the shop, I have other suppliers. I get them to ship parts for me, ship them to the locations that I'm at across the country. We share customers back and forth. There's enough business in this world. I don't need to be greedy. I can share it with everybody. So, has anybody got any questions tonight? We're 15 minutes in. It's usually about 20 minutes. We'll probably jump up a little higher. I don't know if the Australian boys are going to be on or not. I think everybody's gearing up for Super Bowl Sunday. So I'm waiting to hear a comment from Clay. But I don't know if or Ross. Usually he gets on, he'll give me heck. So I'm waiting for him to tell me he's ready for an Oliver baler. Yeah, don't knock them, guys. You guys see Oliver balers. They're a great baler because guess what? I've never sold an otter for one. They got really big pinion gears. They just hold up really well. Sold some needles for them. Sold some Tucker finger shafts. Never, since I've been working on balers, have I ever sold a knotter. I don't think I've ever heard of a Oliver baler breaking a knotter. If it is, it'd have to be a rare incident because I change a lot of New Hollands, Massey Fergusons, and John Deere knotter halves out. When those things, the gears get wore a little bit, man, when they explode, they do a good job. Is there anybody else got any questions? We're going to hang out here for a while, guys, and we'll see how many more log on, because I am early by a lot. I think it's just turned 5 o'clock now, so. Yeah, I think it's 5 o'clock, yep. It's not hard at all, Colin, but there's a thing here. I didn't realize it. For the years I've been changing bill hooks, when I first started back when I was 18, I broke a couple knotters trying to change a bill hook. And I'll have to show you tomorrow if I do 24s or whatever I do. But there's a roll pin. It's just a tiny steel pin. It's not actually a spring pin. It's a 5/32 punch, and it's in the middle of that pinion gear on that bill hook. And you drive it out. You have to line it up, drive it out. If it won't drive one way like you're trying to, and it just don't feel like, get on the other side and drive it the other way. So usually when I get them out, I'll kind of clean up the ends a little bit. And once you get the pin out, you pretty much make sure the pinion gear is still against the cam gear. And I usually clamp on a pair of vice grips on the bill hook and start twisting. If it won't twist free, you got to heat up that little pinion gear a little bit. Spray some penetrating on it, turn and twist it, pull it out. When it comes out, make sure you watch that bill hook pinion gear. There can be some spacers underneath it. You want to make sure you put them back in when you get the bill hook out and you put the new bill hook in. And it's always critical, guys, to put the bill hook back in the same direction, because it could either be 180 out or it can be dead on, right? Or 180 out. So when the pinion gear is against the cam, so that means the flat part of the pinion, like there's a flat ridge part, when that's against the cam, the bill hook will be facing away from the wiper arm. Like it'll be facing the direction of the knotter next to it. Same direction. So usually the roller of the bill hooks, when that flat piece is up, the roller of the bill hooks being held shut by the spring, the cam roller tension plate there. They call it bill hook plate, with the spring on it that holds the jaw of the bill hook shut. So it's not an awful job, Colin. I mean, like I said, I got aftermarket bill hooks. I'll be in your area, or I can send you a couple. You can do it yourself. It doesn't matter. But, yeah, you don't want to break knotter halves, guys. If the pinions are getting worn, your knotters, put new pinions on it. You might spend $250 per knotter updating them, but they're going to last. You put new pinions on, you're not going to wreck your cam gears. You're not going to break your knotter halves. Because once you do that, the new pinions, you're probably looking at another 40 years before you got to mess with them. If you're only baling, 5,000-6,000 bales a year, or maybe less. None of these balers, guys, are that complicated. The biggest thing is like age. Like no one really maintained the baler well. It's like fighting to get the pinion gears off, bill hooks apart, twine disc apart. Rust packed in things. It's just getting them all cleaned up is probably the biggest challenge. Holy cow. I've yawned more now than I did the night before when I was really tired. Well, 4 o'clock in the real world, huh? I don't know about that, Brian. I think you're being invaded by the Mexicans out there. I think they're overwhelming you there, sir. So you need to put them to work. Put them on the flatbed wagons. Get baling hay. So idle hands means they get in trouble. If you keep them busy, you get a lot of work done. So, and I'm not saying I don't mind your part of the world, but when I came home, I don't know. I probably would have stayed out longer, guys, if it wasn't for Christmas. I probably would have stayed out and got everybody done. But the wife wanted to come home for family, and it didn't turn out well. It's just, family arguing and fighting. So really kind of wish I was still out on the road, but the weather was getting the better of us anyways. I was like, I really didn't want to be driving around with the RV with water in it, taking a chance of freezing up stuff. So I said, we're planning on starting out the second week in March. We'll start heading west. I thought I was going to head south, but I think I'm going to head west first, depending on what everything's going on. But I want to try to get everything done in a month or less if I can. But it just goes by. If everybody gets to be pictures of their balers, I figure out what parts you need. You get the parts to your place. So when I pull in, it's like bang, bang, boom, we're done. We've got a couple people down there in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. The parts were there when we got there. And I'm telling you what, guys, I banged them out. I rebuilt a total 336 complete plunger rebuild. Day and a half, done. That was taking the rails out, chiseling the rust out, wire brushing it, painting it, letting it cure, putting the new rails in, readjusting it, getting the plunger in, squared up, and retiming the baler with new chains. I did a little work on the knotters, not a lot, and then he brought over his neighbor's baler, and we did a 24T. That thing was a mess. Knotters were all over the place. Nothing was working, so like I said, I reset that as well. Well, guys, I don't think this is going to be a great night tonight because we're only been, I think, at max of 6 people on. I'll take this for another 8-10 minutes up, and I'll sign off for the night. And then tomorrow night will be actually a little more informative, unless you guys got more questions. I'm not afraid to stay on for a while longer because really ain't got much planned. I'm inside where it's warm. It's a pretty decent day today out there anyways, but anymore, I guess so I kind of enjoy a nice warm home when I come home. Don't miss the days of building a fire and waiting for the house to get warm 2 hours later, 3 hours later. So there's another thing, guys. I want you to put a friend of mine on your prayer chain. So his name is Chris. I won't give his last name out. He can really use some prayers. So he's going through some really tough times. Yeah, Colin, like I said, if you want to put it on, call Rachel, 607-846-5959. Make an appointment. It'll be a deposit for fuel for us to get in that area. We'll stop in, look at your baler, go over it. You'll get a hands-on training from me. I just would like pictures of your baler, what's all going on. Probably a video of you trying to bale with it out of your barn. So I kind of see what it's doing for knotting, and I'll bring the parts I think I got. Worst case scenario is I stop. Something else is wrong. We'll order it. I'll go somewhere else, and on my way back, I'll stop and hit you again on the way back. So I've done that for years. And I used to do that because people didn't have a lot of cell phones, so I didn't get a lot of pictures. So when I went out, I'd go out and stop and see everybody. When I get to my last stop, I would stay there till I heard if all the shipping orders got shipped out and everybody got their parts. Then as I head back, I'd fix all the balers on my way back home. So I guess it was an inspection out and a repair back. So, but this time I won't be. I mean, some guys I can do that with out west, but once I start going south, guys, I mean, in technology today, somebody's got a cell phone, somebody's got pictures. I've been doing this long enough. I could pretty much nail it to 90% of what we need before I even get there to fix the problems. Does anybody else got any other questions? Remember, if you guys can't comment on the videos, it's because you got to create an account with YouTube. Brian will verify that with you. He just figured that out. You guys gotta create an account in order to comment, and I can answer your questions. I mean, any question on hay balers, hay tools is fine. So I'm doing this tonight. We were supposed to do a video on either the 24T or the IH46. I left my keys in the shop truck. Actually, I think one of the vehicles up there at the shop, because they're not in my truck where they usually are, so they're somewheres in between there. And I'm going to look for them tomorrow when I go in, but I'm going to just jump that video for tomorrow night. So, hi, Ross. Missed ya. Not really. Missed you like a blister, buddy. Hey, Ross, we're all waiting for the answer. Are you ready for me to bring you an Oliver Baler? Let's get your checkbook out, and I'll bring it in, set it up for you. Be all set to go. Silence. Or he's probably waiting, trying to type out what he wants to say. Better use all capital letters or caps locks or whatever. You want if you want to own the Baler, Ross, it's not a problem. But like I said, I'm hoping the guy's not full of crap, but it looks really nice in the pictures. I mean, it's paid for, so I just got to pick it up and really look it over good. And like I said, the likelihood of it having any broken knotter parts is almost slim to none. Just want to make sure the needles weren't welded or anything like that, because I do have needles for them. They break like any other baler does. So the nice thing about Oliver, guys, is when they break the needles, because they use cast aluminum, they shatter. They do not wreck the saddle. You know, the needles shatter. So Ross, if we're ready to go with a green baler, so I guess I'll have a reason to come to your place and deliver the Oliver and finish the IH, I guess. It's gonna cost quite a few steaks this time. No chicken, steak. Texas Roadhouse, probably. And since your son doesn't get on a comment, I'm just going to have to, you know, there's going to be a penalty for that. Oh, man. Fun times, guys. I enjoy it. So one of these times, I'm going to, so this summer, guys, just so you know, I'm planning on it. We haven't got it official yet. Invite all you guys out. It's going to be the first weekend in August, okay, if you want to mark it down. Me and my wife are going to renew our vows again. It's not going to be real fancy. It's going to be a get-together for friends. So if you guys want to RSVP and let me know if you want to come to that, it's going to be in Waverly, New York. We don't know where we're going to have it yet, but it's going to be in that area. It'll be probably, I'm going to do a roast pig and probably some beef. Lots of dancing, lots of fun. Hanging out with the Baler guy, and then I'll probably the day after that, when everybody's woke up or sobered up or whatever, however you want to party it out. The next day, I'll do a Baler class for everybody, and I'll have a couple Balers sitting there, and we can walk through, and everybody can learn. So, kind of a fun school type deal, So, get a chance for everybody to get together and shake hands. A lot of people see their names on here, but I think in person's great. Everybody could chat and go from there. Oh, okay. Well, aren't you the guy that put a comment on my Facebook wall of super what? So, mark it down, guys. Though seriously, I'll be posting it out there. I'm renewing my wedding vows the first weekend in August, and after that day, there'll be a celebration there. Obviously, we will the next day I'll do a Baler training class. If it's a lot of people show up, I'll do 2 days. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, you guys made the trip out there. I want to make it worth your while. There'll be a discount on parts. And like I said, in anything else I can do to help you with, guys, you don't owe me any labor. If you bring your Baler with you to this party, all you got to do is you turn the wrenches. I'll tell you what to do, and all you pay for is the parts, no labor. So I don't think you can get a better deal than that. You can't take it to your local dealer for that. Oh, hey, by the way. So, but if you're bringing your Baler, I need to know what model you got. I need pictures of it and what it's doing. So I'm prepared when you show up. So we're not like, I'm not holding you up at all. Ross, that's not very nice. I'm watching it just for the commercials. I enjoy the commercials. They are hilarious sometimes. Sometimes they're not, but I see we got a few more people on. Who's all logged on? Now remember, guys, if you can't comment Brian, a few others have learned, you got to create an account with YouTube, like, share, and subscribe the video. But if you create an account, that allows you to comment, and I can see the comments over here. I'm looking at a second display, and right here, guys, are all your comments. I get to read them because when it comes up on my phone, they disappear. No, I'm not. We got a farm machinery show in Syracuse, New York, guys. I'll be there in the Arcusan booth, and I think we're gonna have a booth for New Holland Binghamton. I'm not sure. I think New Holland already takes a large display there, so I don't know. I think we're probably just gonna be, probably mostly Arcusan. So we got a couple of machines we got to get cleaned up for the end of the month, so get them ready for the farm show, and that's in Syracuse at the end of February. Colin, I agree with you. It's getting awful. For years, I've offered dealers to send some guys out so I could train them, but they just don't feel the need that they need to train them. They don't mind throwing a bill at you guys for a kid that's reading a book that you can buy online. There's no experience there. I feel for the kind of money they're charging, they ought to really have somebody there that's really fully experienced on the work on stuff. They don't feel it's necessary. They love selling the machines, but they don't want to service them. And I find that weird how that whole system's taking place, but it is what it is. But yes, they do, Ross. For instance, the only bale size it does not like, and then the new one's going to be different because the new Arcusan that just came out will do 3-string bales. So obviously the machine's adjustable for 3-string down to 2-string with no troubles at all. So the D14 that we have does it'll do 12 by 15, which is the New Holland 65 compact, 14 by 18, 16 by 18, and 16 by 19. The only one it had trouble with was my one baler that I have. It's an old collector's baler. It makes a 20 by 19-inch bale, and when it went to go into the throat of the thing, it wanted to hit the frame of the arm that pushes the bales in. And if I sit on the front of the machine, I just pushed the bale over just an inch, it went in fine. So I'd have to build a bracket to make it work for those size bales. But guys, again, this baler's from back in the the late 40s, so yeah, there's not going to be a lot of them out there, people custom baling or high volume baling with a baler like that. So for all the other balers out there, yes, it works fine for. The D14 will not work on 3-wire bales, but the brand new Arcusan multi-pack that came out will do 3-wire bales. I got 3-wire, 3-string, doesn't matter, Freeman bales. So, yeah, the first one of its kind to come on the market. It's not cheap, guys. The Arcusans are not cheap. But they do work really well, and they turn, a job of doing hay that required 10, 15 people down to 2 people, The job security, Colin, yeah, I don't know about that. The more I educate you guys, the more you guys can pick up on the bull crap that the dealers like to pull, It'd be nice if they told you that, okay, we really don't know what we're doing. So if we fix it, you can pay our bill. If we don't fix it, here you go. Have a good day. But they're not going to do that. So, but like I said, I'm my good friend Paul Barber bought New Holland Binghamton up in Old Vestal Road up there. I think got paperwork to finish up or something. I don't know exactly what's going on, but when it's all official, guys, he's got an arsenal. We got some really good techs coming in now. And we're working forward, rearranging the shop, getting things back on track. I want to make service a top priority. I want stuff that goes out to be fixed right, service is done correctly, and in a timely manner. So, like I said, I got some goals in mind, but like I said, I'm going to be gone. It's kind of weird starting out a new business, and I'm one of the pieces that I'm going to be gone because I made a promise to you guys, a bunch of you, that I told you I would make this trip and to do this in Baler. So this will probably be the only trip I do this year. I don't think I'll get the shop straightened out quick enough by this fall to say that I can leave again. But it'll probably be next spring before I can go again, guys, and get out and fix balers out in the country. Even if you log on, you have to click on the live chat button. Okay. Brian gave some good advice there, guys. I don't know because I don't really watch live chats that much. I just got asked by a lot of people to do this. I've been pestered for years to do this, so I think it's helping because my phone calls have dropped down a lot, and it's you guys can ask your questions here. I upload the videos. Must be it's working. So if you need parts, 607-846-5959. You guys can call in, order parts. That's a cell phone number, so you could text it as well. Send text message pictures of the part that's broke, or text back and forth so that you guys know what's going on. And it's easier for us to, instead of read you off a tracking number that you might write down wrong, we can just text it to you. And you can just touch the tracking number on your text, and it usually takes you right to the tracking number and takes you right to the site so you can see where it's at. Anybody got any questions tonight? Like today, I'm going to upload the video as soon as I get off of here, guys. Is a great David Stern John Deere 14T with a #1 kicker on it. So, nice little baler. He spent a lot of time and money on it. You'll see in the video that the sheet metal says 214 wire tie. It's because the auger tin rotted out, and the auger did, and we replaced it. So the 214 auger tin is the same as the 14T. So a lot of those parts will interchange, guys. Even though the book says it's different, it's the same whole pattern, everything, bolted right in. The auger's interchanged, so a lot of these cross-reference parts, he's going to paint it eventually, but he wanted to get it in the field and test it. David has a 347 John Deere, and he has another 14T. He just got it because, like me, I get people addicted into these old balers, and some of them are kind of neat to look at, and sometimes you look at some of them, and they might look rough, but when you look at the baler, it didn't get a lot of use because the gears are in nice shape. The knotters look in good shape. The machine's basically all there except for a few rusted spots. And, you can rod parts off other ones. It's a lot of work, guys, but it's a work of love. If you enjoy doing it, and like I said, once you learn how to work on balers, and David Stern, I tell you what, he tackled trying to take the knotters out of his 14T. He got halfway there, guys. He got stumped a little bit, but I get A for effort because the 14T of all the John Deere balers is probably the hardest one to try to get parts to move on and get it apart. It's not fun baler to work on. Once you understand how things come apart, you know what to prepare for, you know what tools to bring. And probably this summer, when you guys, I'm going to have that party the first week in August. I'm renewing my wedding vows, excuse me. Sorry, Rachel. And when we do, we'll have the party that day, and then the day after, and the next day, if there's that many people that come, I will probably put 14T, tearing the knotters out of a top priority, because it's baffled people how they come apart. And like I said, the first 10 years of my life, I hated anytime that anybody called me and they broke a knotter on a 14T. It was an absolute murder. And then finally one day I bought like 5 of them for parts, and I made it my mission to figure it out. And after I did 5 in a row, the 3 that I got, yeah, it worked out a lot better. I got better and better at it. Now I know the tricks. I know what to do, what not to do. And remember, there's 3 different serial number breaks on the 14Ts. And each one has its quirks on how you get the keyways out, how you slide things one way to another to get the shaft out, to start pulling parts out, guys. It's mostly patience. 24T is simple as heck. 6 bolts, chain, take the knotter brake off, the linkage arm off the side, and the whole knotter assembly comes out, and you work on it on the bench. So, yeah, it's, and then the 336, they kind of went back to a more difficult design. Don't know why, but I think the design of the 24T was way too easy, so they had to harden it up. So, we still got 8 people on. Any questions, guys? Well, if there's not any actual baler questions, guys, I'm going to end tonight. I'm going to upload the video. Tell me what you think. It's going to be the John Deere 14T video. I changed the knotter on. If you're standing behind the baler looking at it, I changed the knotter on the right, took it out of another parts baler I had, slapped it in there. Then I had to go back today because the tucker finger and the chamber, the bushing was seized up inside of it. I had to pull that apart and clean it. And you'll see in the video that I took, and I love to clean up the tucker fingers. And I have a flap wheel on a Milwaukee grinder, and I cleaned it all up, made it nice and shiny. So, but all right, guys. Hey, remember, be good. Praying for you all. Hope to see you guys tomorrow night. Still a surprise. We're tied vote, guys, between the 24T and an International 46 Baler. Kind of a walk and talk. My wife will be holding my phone hopefully tomorrow night. So I'll be doing the video. I'm going to hunt for my keys tomorrow morning first thing. I will post on Facebook if I found them or if I didn't. Even if I didn't, I'm going to get somebody else to unlock my gate for me so I can get in there. So, all right. You guys have a wonderful night. God bless you.